Across the light years, in an alien planetarium, a domed, robotic-looking creature was instructing others of its kind about the positions of the planets in the solar system, in readiness for invasion.
Attention! You must learn more of these planets and moons. They are not shown in their actual positions, but in their importance to us. Our Emperor will indicate their actual positions later.
Invasion of the Daleks. From the dark, unexplored regions of outer space, a new planet moved into orbit around the Sun. What strange form of life had developed on this mystery planet, Earthmen wondered as they turned their telescopes towards this new world. The answer came swiftly and terribly. It was the planet of the Daleks, the machine creatures with superhuman brains. Their mission was to conquer the whole solar system and enslave the Earth. Skaro, mystery planet of the Daleks. On the most ancient maps of Skaro, the subtropical continent on which the Daleks dwelled was called Dalazar. Said to be the most habitable part of Skaro, a natural protective barrier is provided by a range of high mountains named the Dramakins, whilst the Lake of Mutations is situated behind the capital, the city of the Daleks. In the Great Council Chamber, the Emperor Dalek addresses his officials. His golden casing was different to all the other Daleks. This Dalek was much shorter, but the great golden globe that housed his brain was huge compared to the heads of other Daleks. The globe was adorned with several more lights that, like all Daleks, flashed in unison when he spoke. The booming metallic voice belied the small size of the creature as it rang out across the great chamber.
We Daleks are greater than the humans. We are more intelligent. We last longer. It is our destiny to rule this solar system.
The rows of Daleks barked a metallic reply in perfect unison.
Our destiny! Meanwhile,
the Emperor continued,
humans from the planet Earth have built colonies on Mars and Venus. They may even try to land on our planet soon. Before they do, we must invade Earth.
A gigantic view screen shimmered into life. As the Emperor turned towards it, he continued to address his council of officials.
Here is the chart of this solar system, written in Earth names. We must destroy all useless life and enslave the rest. When Venus has fallen, we shall conquer the planet Earth. I, your Emperor and Master Brain, have spoken. Obey!
The amassed Daleks answered with a mechanical roar.
We shall conquer!
From the space stations, the Daleks took off on their transsolar discs.
Red Commander to Kangwing Squadron, set sonic pulsators to 75-100, intersecting Jupiter's orbit. Report when online.
The interplanetary invasion had begun. First objective, the moons of Jupiter. The primitive races were wiped out. Then the Daleks turned their attention to Saturn's moons. The Saturnian monsters were powerless against the blast guns. Whilst on Mars, the little colony of Earth people were all killed in 3 hours.
We are the Lords of Mars!
Some weeks later, in an observation satellite circling the Earth. Looks like England's in for another wet summer down there.
Hey, Captain. 45 Watch calling. I'm going nuts. There's something weird on my deep space scanner.
Flying saucers, hundreds of them, heading across Earth's orbit. But fast. Is this a joke, Paddy? Your screen is blank. But I did see them. You'd better let the eggheads have a look at you. You may be developing moonspots. And in the medical lab. But Doc, I know I saw them. Then the screen went blank. My dear fellow, flying saucers were a myth of the 20th century. I am recommending you for sick leave back on Earth. And so Earth lost its chance of being warned in advance of the approaching threat of the Daleks. Meanwhile, on the moon, what is going on these days? Strange lights from Jupiter and Saturn. No communication from Mars for weeks. Now all our scanners have gone dead. The Daleks had spread an electron shield to confuse the space scanners, so they flashed across the Earth's orbit, undetected as they traveled towards Venus. On Venus, the Earth colony of New Paris was the showplace of the solar system, and quite unprepared for the savage onslaught of the Daleks. It was soon over, and the survivors were rounded up. The Dalek section leader addressed the survivors.
You slaves will now have the privilege of hearing our great Emperor talking to you from our planet.
Greetings from Skaro. You people of Venus have been freed from the bondage to your Earth masters.
One of the Venusians shouted out to his fellow slaves, urging them to attack the Daleks. That's a joke! These animated pepper pots destroy our city and call it liberation. Let's rush them! His words were cut short as the section leader screamed,
Silence!
And unleashed the destroying Dalek weapon on the would-be group of Venusian rebels. In a second, they had been cut to the ground, killed by the section leader who challenged the remaining Venusians.
Let that be a lesson to you all. Obey us or be destroyed.
Meanwhile, one area of Venus, the Churchill Mountains, had not yet been investigated by the Daleks. 3 people were in the area having a working holiday. The 2 males were speaking to each other. I'll be glad to get back to New Paris, said the blonde-haired man. Me too. I'm worried about those flashing lights and smoke, replied the dark-haired man. The dark-haired man was Jeff Stone, a mineralogist, and the blonde-haired man was Andy, his brother, an electronics engineer, and Mary, their sister, a biochemist, was the 3rd person. This mountain air gives me an appetite, said Jeff. Andy commented, I'm starving like a Pluto jackal. You and Mary get over to the cabin and start cooking. I'll load up. I think you only brought me along to cook for you, Mary observed with a wry smile. Jeff and Mary set off in their hoverskite. And no digging until I get back, cried Jeff as they pulled away. Better hurry, those barbecued Venus fruits are too tempting, Mary said. Jeff observed, Poor old Andy's really hungry, to which Mary replied, I've never known him not to be. But you're looking very serious, Jeff. Jeff was indeed a bit worried. I've got a funny feeling, Mary. Something's wrong in the city. Suddenly, over the mountain peaks, 2 Daleks appeared.
Attention!
Cried one.
2 humans sighted. Enslave them!
Came the metallic reply from his counterpart. And on the other side of the lake, Andy loads the second hover ski. An explosion! Can't be Jeff. I've got his rock blasters. Full booster revs. I'll be spaceborne in a moment if it doesn't blow up first. But Andy is already too late. Jeff and Mary were holding onto the rail of the Dalek's transsolar disk. Jeff appeared to have banged his head. You alright, Jeff? We've been captured by these strange machines, said Mary anxiously.
Hold tight, slaves! We are taking off!
The Dalek barked. The other Dalek seemed to be having technical problems.
I'll follow later. The gravity control of this transsolar disk needs adjusting.
As Andy reached the jetty, he saw the Dalek moving off into the distance. What on Venus is that flying object? Andy saw the cabin in flames. Mary! Jeff! Our cabin! It's destroyed! What happened? While Andy gropes around in the ashes of their holiday cabin, Mary and Jeff are approaching the ruins of New Paris, still hanging on to the Dalek's transsolar disk.
We Daleks are now the masters of Venus. Soon we shall be the masters of Earth,
the Dalek exclaimed. Jeff and Mary were horrified as the decimated city came into view. It's all happened so suddenly. Jeff, it's a nightmare. Look, our beautiful city. It's not possible. At the same time, Andy hears his first Dalek voice.
Calling Dalek HQ on Venus. This is Dalek Scout 159 of Laurel Squadron reporting.
With anxious fascination, Jeff observes the Dalek in the clearing.
Have sent my number 2 with 2 slaves, a man and a girl. I am remaining in Area XX for minor repairs.
Realization flashed through Jeff's brain. So these machine creatures have captured Mary and Jeff. Now what?
Calling Dalek HQ at New Paris. Adjustments now complete. Shall return to be punished for my faulty motor. We masters of Venus must never make a mistake.
Daleks? Masters of Venus? HQ at New Paris? I'm beginning to get the picture.
I'm preparing for takeoff,
the Dalek continued. Well, Dalek, here comes your second big mistake. You're not taking off for any place. Let's see what Jeff's rock blasters can do. As Andy hurled the grenade at the Dalek, he yelled out, "It's got your name on it, Tin Brain!" The rock blaster grenade proved highly effective, and the Dalek exploded in a mass of flames and debris. That explosion has stirred up his chums. Now they'll all be searching for me. What can I do against hordes of these machines? Hearing a sound, Andy approached the burning wreckage of the destroyed Dalek. Voices? They're coming from this gadget. Must be the Dalek's intercom. It can't be. Yes, it's Jeff's voice. Without knowing that his voice is being transmitted, Jeff talks to Mary as they wait for questioning at Dalek HQ. Cheer up, Mary. Andy is still free. He may remember the mountains. The Dalek suddenly rasped.
Silence, slaves! You are interrupting our transmission!
The mountains? What did Jeff mean? Thought Andy. Of course, the Churchill Mountains. Churchill was that great fighter for freedom. He was at his best when the odds seemed impossible. All right, Jeff, he vowed to himself. I'll find you and Mary, and I'll never rest until I've driven the Daleks from our skies.